Welcome, welcome, welcome to this May 20th. Welcome, welcome to this May 20th, 2026 YouTube live stream. Coming to you from the war room, straight from the underground. I'm your host, Justin Mack, here at McDermott Media, Freedom News Now, and the Freedom Podcast. Don't forget to smash that like tab, smash that subscribe tab if you're new here. We have a big show today. Got a big show today. We're talking Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, guilty or innocent. We're talking police body cam fail. Plus, judge sentenced in Michigan. Live. You gotta like that. You gotta hit that like tab for that. Michigan judge sentenced. The police body cam fail. Chud the Builder, guilty or innocent? What do y'all think? Leave your comments below. It's been a hot topic. It's still trending all over the feed on X. People talking about it. Chud the Builder's bond is at $1.25 million. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what we're talking about, Chud the Builder's a man out of Tennessee, a live stream where he goes around sometimes using provocative free speech out there on the streets and records himself, live streams it. He's been erased and replaced off all platforms, off most all social media. And he goes around, uses the N-word at times, asking blacks how they feel about free speech. And, it could be some of it's controversial, but he has that right to free speech. We have those First Amendment rights. So, anyways, he was in Tennessee, and apparently he was walking away from the situation. Now we've got eyewitness testimony. But the man, Chud the Builder, goes by the name Dalton. He was given a $1.25 million bond. Meanwhile, the same judge gave a $15,000 bond to a black guy who raped and ended a woman. He got a $15,000 bond, a black guy, same judge, but Dalton, the white Christian man, because he used the N-word. That's what it's really all about. It doesn't have as much to do with the Second Amendment right to self-defense. It's all about this white guy sending a message that you can't use the N-word out in public or there's repercussions. They don't want that in society. They're so afraid of this white man using free speech in society. Look at all the First Amendment auditors out there that get arrested over free speech. Police violating rights, judges violating rights over free speech. So Dalton, he was accused of, after being attacked by this black guy, this mentally ill, insane black guy who claims to be a veteran, claims to have PTSD, which is all fake and gay in of itself. Just another big VA welfare grift, in my opinion. Massive VA welfare grift, PTSD. There are some people that deserve it, some that actually experience combat, maybe a few thousand, but the rest of them is just a big VA welfare grift. in my opinion. So, anyways, this mentally ill vet attacked Dalton. Dalton uses Second Amendment to defend himself, and then he gets charged, gets sentenced on multiple charges. Well, now eyewitness account. We've got an eyewitness account viewer. Everything I've seen shows it looks like it's self-defense. I say not guilty. I say innocent from everything I've seen, but doesn't change the fact he's still locked up right now. He's still got to raise money. He's still got to fight for his life because the system wants to cage him for using a word they don't like. That's what it's all about, a word that they don't like. So Chud arrived at the courthouse on official business, well dressed in a suit, there for a civil matter. He was walking and talking on stream about his upcoming interview with Harrison Smith from InfoWars, saying it was a good take, a stroll before an interview. He noticed a black couple pointing at him. He walked past them and asked if they were having a good day and if they liked his suit. The man responded with, "Get out of here," something to that effect. Chud responded, "I'm free to be where I want to be." The man said something else, and Chud simply walked away. As Chud walked away, the man told him he had PTSD, a fake and gay mentally ill diagnosis to scam taxpayers through the VA, and that he would not put up with being called slurs or having chimp out stuff said to him. Chud responded, "Or what? You're going to start chimping out?" And of course, the mentally ill vet, the black guy, started chimping out. These aren't your veterans, your grandfather's veterans. These veterans of today, they're not your grandfather's veterans. A lot of them, many of them are foreign nationals. They're from Somalia. They're from the Congo. They're from Venezuela. They're from India, Mumbai, India. They're from Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran. These are your veterans, foreign nationals. I'm not sure about this guy, Joshua Fox. Chud was still recording, but walked away at this point as the black veteran started chimping out in front of the courthouse, according to Chud. The man stood up from approximately 50 to 60 feet away and began advancing rapidly toward Chud. Chud stopped walking, stood his ground. Tennessee is a stand your ground state, I believe. The man closed the full distance and got in Chud's face, literally inches apart. The man told Chud, "Call me an N," and mace me, trying to provoke a response from Chud. Chud gave no response. The man punched Chud in the head. The camera was knocked to the ground. Seconds later, 4 or 5 gunshots. People running towards him. Chud saying, "Get him off me." Why this matters. The arrest warrant states Dalton turned his body in a bladed stance and reached for a firearm before the altercation. They like to use that against you. Police all the time, every interaction police has with the general public, they're always in a bladed stance, always ready to end you. Hand on their firearm, bladed stance. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly okay for law enforcement. But when it comes to a citizen, they use it against you. They try to, I don't know how many times I've heard them use this against First Amendment auditors, coward cops. There's a lot of coward cops out there. They're afraid of a man the way he stands, and they call it a bladed stance. Cops freaked out. They use that to try to use as evidence against you to get you convicted, to ultimately get a conviction. This account describes Joshua Fox advancing from 50 to 60 feet away, closing the distance, getting inches from Dalton's face. demanding to be provoked and throwing the first punch. Dalton was walking away when the insane veteran Joshua Fox stood up and advanced. Dalton gave no response to Joshua Fox's chimping out, insane Darren response. You could call him just an insane Darren. It's just words, chimping out, insane Darren. Those are their words. The phrase "get him off of me" after the shot suggests Joshua Fox was on top of Dalton when the gun was fired. Live streaming recording exists somewhere and is potentially the most important piece of evidence in the case. I'd hold on to that evidence for right now. If I was Chud, hold all that evidence, let the prosecution play their full hand, show their full hand. You got the video, you got the evidence. You know what happened. If you got the video evidence, they don't have it. Make them show their hand. Let's see what they got, because you know it's going to be full of lies. The police are already lying, trying to cover up for this insane black guy losing his mind. This so-called veteran, mentally ill, insane veteran, PTSD, fake and gay. It's a big welfare money grift from the taxpayers out of the VA. They signed up for that. That's what they signed up for. There is no draft anymore. There hasn't been a draft for 50 plus years. Not another dime, not a single penny goes to the VA and the PTSD welfare grift. We'll save a lot of money. We'll save a lot of money. We'll get those roads fixed. We'll get those fuel prices down. And the money grift. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It sounds like Chud the Builder's innocent. Sounds like, it's not, doesn't sound too good what he's doing. Maybe he shouldn't be out doing that, saying some of those words, but it's protected free speech. That's his protected rights. Ultimately, most people knew it was going to end this way. It was pretty predictable. Blacks are pretty predictable out in public. If you want to be white and try to use a word they use every day, the N-word, use it every day. They use hundreds of times a day. But if you're a white person and says it, they're going to lose their mind, and it's going to end one way or another. Either they're going to end up ended or you're going to end up ended. And Chud had to use self-defense to prevent serious injury or even death. He had to use the Second Amendment. That's what it's there for, to protect your First Amendment rights. I don't care how many woke judges there are out there. I don't care how many radical activist traitor judges there are out there, like this traitor judge in Tennessee that wants to throw the book at a man for using a word as free speech. Well, both sides are raising a lot of money. Chud raised 200,000 plus, and the black guy who attacked him, he raised 200,000 plus. Joshua, it almost seems like it's just another way to divide America right now, kind of like the BLM riots 2020. The powers that be, the media, they were trying to stir up all this division, create racial division with BLM. And this is just another way they're trying to do it. They're trying to push this into another one of those situations. So just remain calm, remain focused. Don't fall for too many of these media propaganda narratives. We'll see what the video says. But right now, it looks like self-defense. No other people would think differently. Leave your comments. Leave your comments below. Hawk, welcome. Derek, Toe, Ja, welcome. Yeah, so it sounds like the Joshua Fox was wrestling to try to get the firearm, going for his firearm, trying to take it to use it against Chud, and he was probably pulling on the trigger and ended up hitting Chud. You'd think Joshua Fox would be in jail right now, charged with attempted murder on Chud. He went for his firearm, tried taking it from him. If he would have got it from him, he would have ended him. He literally was posting before this. He was going out looking for Chud. Chud was being hunted. A lot of First Amendment auditors, we know about that. Live streamers, we fully understand about that. It's not just law enforcement watching your live streams, hunting you down. It's the general public, your general haters, trolls out there. Chud was being hunted down literally by this guy. And if he would have got his weapon, which he did, he got a hold of and shot Chud in the arm, trying to wrestle it away from Chud. Dalton almost sounds like, he should be behind bars. We'll let the video decide. Hopefully, Chud has the video. That's why it's important to always record your interactions out in public, because the system's siding with this insane black guy who attacked Chud. Anything to protect their narrative. That goes on. Let's go on to our next topic. Police body cam fail in Michigan. Massive fail in Michigan. Police body cam fail. Dearborn Police Department officers wear Axon body cameras equipped with Axon Translate, allowing them to instantly communicate with individuals in over 56 languages using two-way audible real-time translation in the field. First-hand look at actual police traders, police aiding and abetting the invasion right here in Michigan. Disgusting traitor cops, Dearborn, Michigan, selling out the Christian, the native population, the Native Americans. They're literally wearing Axon body cameras now that translate foreign language. They've got so many foreign invaders in their city. These police officers won't do their job and arrest and deport all these foreign invaders. Instead of getting Axon body cameras that speak foreign language, dirt, 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 speaking India, speaking mud slime, how about you arrest these foreigners? Get ICE out there, mass deport them. How about that, Dearborn? Dearborn Heights. Talk about traitors to America, aiding and abetting the foreign invasion. Right here in Michigan, the number one invaders from Iraq. They got to have those body cameras that can speak Iraqi. It's sick. It's disgusting. It shouldn't be that way. Where's the feds at? Why aren't they going in and raiding this police department that's aiding and abetting foreigners in Dearborn, Michigan? Full-blown traitors to America, getting Axon body cameras that speak foreign language so they can aid and abet the invasion? No, how about this? How about we call ICE and lock them all up? 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. If you're an illegal, you gotta go now. And I'm not talking just illegal. I'm talking all 55 million plus legal H-1Bs, green cards, visa. They all gotta go. It's all about America first, America only. Christ is king. Got to protect your blood, protect your soil, protect your Christian identity. Now is the time. Get out there on the front lines, do your part. Never a better time than now to get out there and exercise those rights. Do your First Amendment audit, your first Second Amendment audit. We got to hold these traitor cops accountable. Get out there and record them. Record them not doing their job. They'll sell you out just like they did Chud. They'll arrest you just like they arrested Chud. They'll let the foreign invader go to continue raping your community. So what's happening in Jackson, Michigan, these radical activist judges like Allison Batestein aiding and abetting a full-on invasion of foreign invaders in Jackson, Michigan. They're more focused on taking your Second Amendment rights away, your First Amendment rights away as a white Christian, Native American. That's why it's never a better time than now to stand up to these radical activist judges destroying your communities with foreign invasion, all the while taking your rights away. That leads us on to Michigan judge sentence. Michigan judge Tom Ludington sentenced in a super drunk driving arrest. Sentenced to 6 months probation for his DUI. The judge was belligerent slurring during his October arrest, sparked an internal investigation. Judge finally got his accountability. Just another radical activist judge. They think they're above the law. They think they can flood your Christian community with thousands of third worlders from Iraq, from Iran, from the Congo. I say, remember that. Remember that when it comes time to vote, those of you that participate in those votes, remember that they're coming up for selection in a few months. These radical activist feminist judges like Allison Batestein flooding your community. She got promoted up by Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. Where she ran her fake kidnapping scheme, sending all these good Michigan boys, sending many of them locked away for a while, for many years. And many of them were acquitted because it was all a big FBI entrapment scheme that the judge wouldn't allow them to use the word entrapment. They couldn't use the word entrapment, even though there was over a dozen informants and FBI officers involved in trapping these poor Michigan boys. Thankfully, many of them were acquitted. The jury saw through it, saw through all the lies. But yeah, this judge, Allison Batestein, she's from California, a Soros judge. Somehow she ended up in Michigan, small town Jackson, Michigan. She got planted to destroy your community, destroy your nice little conservative, mostly Republican community. And now Gretchen Whitmer's propping her up. Well, remember that come voting time, that this is a traitor that's flooding your communities with thousands of third worlders from the most dangerous parts of the Middle East. I won't be participating in them, but maybe I will this time. Maybe I will actually get out there and participate. Something to think about. We'll be holding them accountable, exposing them for taking away our First Amendment rights, stripping us of our Second Amendment rights, all the while flooding our community with thousands of the most dangerous people from the third world. We'll expose it. What a great time to be alive. I'm so thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you joining us here on these YouTube live streams. Don't forget to hit that like tab, hit that subscribe tab. Consider leaving a donation, a super chat donation. Become a member here at Freedom News Now and the Freedom Podcast, where I make law enforcement education videos. We talk cops, police, law, legal, breaking news. Let's end this live stream with a Bible verse from Psalms 13. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemies say I have prevailed over him, lest my foes rejoice because I am shaken. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. Psalms 13. Thank you, O Lord. Christ is King. Help guide you in your spiritual battle against your enemies. Help bring you strength, power, forgiveness. Help you rise up and defeat all enemies, foreign and domestic, now and forever. Christ is King. So thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you joining us here on these YouTube live streams. Talking Chud the Builder, guilty or innocent. We're talking police body cam fail in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan. Talking Michigan judge sentence for his DUI arrest live on this May 20th, 2026 YouTube live stream. Let's get those likes up there. Lady, welcome. I appreciate all my ladies in here, all my females coming in and watching us. Appreciate all the men, all you chads, all you base chads out there LARPing around, exercising your 1A rights, your 2A rights, LARPing around. Appreciate all you base chads. Keep it up. Never give up. Stay strong. Believe. Never a better time than now to get out there and protect your blood, protect your soil, protect your Christian identity, protect your culture. Now is the time. Now is the time to rise up. Do your part.